Okay, I'm going to take one shot at this and see if I can get all the arches and the rock formations in one video. This is first arch, and it's called that because it's the first one we built. It's about 8 feet high. The opening is about 8 feet high and 8 feet wide. It's hard to see this, but this is the north end of my dad's shed, and he built it, and it's all rock. And then on the south end of the shed, he built this wall as a windbreak, trying to keep the dust and dirt and stuff out of the shed, which is just an open carport. It's 12 to 18 feet high and 40 feet long, and mostly he did it by himself. It was quite a little project. You can see he's got rock every place. That's what we came down here for this trip, was to haul a little rock. This is called Fallen Arch. It's one of the ones that wasn't really a project. Mostly my dad and a couple of people here locally did it, and he mostly did it by himself. You can see there's rock every place. Okay, this is called Lean and Leaner. And it was a family project. These two big tall skinny rocks were out by the front area where you drive in, and I'll show you where they used to be and what's there now. This is called Sunburst. That's a 9-foot circle, and it's called that because you can see the sun come up over in Colorado if you get at the right angle, and it's pretty spectacular. That rock is just a 2 by 2 by 14 foot long piece of red rock standing on end that my mom and dad hauled from Red Canyon when they were older than they should have been. This is called the Pyramid. It's got a 3 by 3 flat rock on top of it. My dad puts stuff up there and feeds the crows, other animals, and they have a blast with it. You can see there are rock piles pretty much every place. This is called the Monstrosity. It's just a gigantic rock wall that we had a lot of fun building. Probably, I don't know, 40 feet long and 12 feet high or so. This is an arch that my dad mostly built by himself. It's called Pete and Repeat. And this right next to it is the penthouse. And it's just a bunch of flat slabs with some 3-legged rocks underneath in between the slabs. The whole thing's about 9 or 10 feet high. These are just some rock slabs that my dad stood up. This little jewel is called the Gothic. You can see why. He had a little help, but mostly he built that by himself. And then clear along this north side of the property, you can see that there are all kinds of rocks and treasures and one thing and another. Those two tall skinny rocks that I shot a little bit ago used to stand right here, and he moved them, and we had a big Memorial Day family project and built this arch, which is called El Grande. The opening is 12 feet wide and 12 feet high, and you drive through it to get on the property. The keystone stands 22 feet in the air. And the last of the arches is right there, and that's called four-way arch. It has four legs coming up, and also has the lightning bolt that you may or may not be able to see. And that's back to first arch right there. So now we've been all the way around the property. One last thing is that little piece of petrified wood, which is about 26 or 7 feet long, 3 feet in diameter. There's 3 pieces there. The tree was actually about 90 feet long, and our BLM permit let us pick only what was out of the ground. Most of the tree was buried, but you could see both ends of it, and this all came off, obviously all came off from the big end of the tree. And it was a pretty spectacular project that we did. And then one last family project was this little rock right here, which is about the size of probably of most of the cars that you drive. My dad found that in a canyon about 10 miles from the house here in Blanding, and we did a little family project and went out and got it. So that is a tour of the property. Way down there in the distance, long, long ways away, and you probably can't see it, is Shiprock, right there on the horizon, which is way down in New Mexico or Arizona. Okay.